Hey folks, Adrian here, welcome to Wild Bush and Grit. So excited about this video. It's been months in the preparation and now I have all the ingredients for this new recipe of mine. No, we're not cooking, but almost. This is my ultimate 22LR for hunting build video, and it's probably going to be 3 parts, 1, 2, 3, I guess. So quick disclaimer here, some of the parts that I'm going to use for my new build has been gifted. The stock is from Boyds gunstocks and the scope is from Athlon. And just, pure transparency, they're great, it's great stuff, but I don't want my opinion to taint this video, okay? Because in the end, whether I like them or not, doesn't matter if the rifle is not accurate, okay? So I want you to see the accuracy of that rifle as the sole impartial judge of this story, all right? So why a new 22 LR? The reason is when I started hunting ptarmigan in winter, and the ptarmigan are very shy birds and you need to hit them at 40, 50 yards. What I like to do with small game hunting with 22 LR, it's gonna sound gruesome, but I like headshots. A shot in the head on the birds or on a rabbit, you have 0 meat loss, instant kill, instant death, no suffering for the animal. It's I don't want to say win-win scenario because the animal is still giving it all, but it's less suffering definitely for the animals and more yield of meat for me. So that's the reason why I'm trying to build that most accurate 22 LR that I can ever possibly think. So let's jump right into it. This is part 1. I'm just going to talk about all the various pieces that I have, and I'm going to install them. Second video is probably going to be testing ammo and group finding which ammo works best, and also have something special about that process as well. And part 3 is going to be the ultimate challenge that I'm not going to reveal now, but I will reveal during part 3. All right, go. So let's dive right into it. So let's start with the base. What's the main platform? I went with the CZ457. Beautiful rifle. I mean, this is for the it's my first CZ. I didn't know the brand much before that. I know they're doing handguns, I know lots of firearms, but to hold one is to fall in love instantly with that brand. It's terrific, it's beautiful, it's really well done, and I think it has a really nice boutique feeling, and it's almost too nice for what I want to do with it. So rifle is unloaded, nothing in the magazine is out, nothing in the chamber, okay, so it's safe. What do I like about the CZ is really, like, what I've been reading is the precision. So it's a fantastic platform to start with because of that precision out of the factory. So the trigger is adjustable. So during the setup, I'm going to bring it to its lightest setting. And now, it's a safety, forward fire. Yeah. And one feature also that I like is the barrel is threaded, because that leads us to something that I'm going to talk later, but keep in mind the barrel is threaded. First thing I will do is I will swap it with the new agility stock from Boyds gunstocks. Okay, this is the new agility. Beautiful. And if you're familiar with the Athlon, you'll realize that this one is much more rounded. It has rounded edges, and this is by design, like smooth curves. It's a hybrid between a hunting rifle, a hunting stock, or a shooter stock, right? It's really, like, for example, the vertical grip here, it's not straight shooter style. It has a slight slant, but it's not as slanted as a classic American stock that you would usually get. Here, this is a semi-beaver, smooth out, rounded edge. It's I have large hands, and the volume is really nice. In your, it feels, the bulk is really nice in your hand. The CZ stock is great. I mean, it's really cool, but to me, like in my hand, it's too thin, not flimsy because it's solid, but it's yeah, you know, my hand is always in a weird gesture when I'm holding something too small, not that pleasant. The butt pad is adjustable, like on the Athlon, and you also have optional cheek riser, which I didn't get on this one. You can also get some laser engraving if you want on the agility. But yeah, no, I believe it's the best of both worlds for a versatile rifle where you want to do some bench shooting and also hunting. I think this one gives, you know, like it has the pro of a classic hunting stock and some of the pros of a shooter bench style stock. So really, really nice, super excited. Out of that finish, gray. It looks really good, you know, in the winter scenery. This one's gonna look really nice. The next thing we're going to install is the scope, of course. And I went with the Athlon Midas BTR Gen2 HD. It's a 4.5/27 zoom. It's a 50mm objective size. The scope ring that I'm going to use are also from Athlon. And oh yeah, it's a second focal plane. So there's that. And my joker up my sleeve for this precision rifle is this. This is a barrel tuner made by Red Knob, which actually happens to be in Quebec. I've scored the internet finding, you know, a good option as a tuner for a 22 rifle, and you know, I came onto their website, and this is actually I had this one custom made for the thread of my of the CZ. It's a European thread. It doesn't have the same. I forgot what's the number where, but it's a metric system, right? Not in the same system that it's being used in the US firearms, for example. Anyway, barrel tuner. What does it do is it's going to help me shrink my grip even further, meaning that when I'm gonna do my setup, zero the rifle, I'm gonna shoot plenty of bullets to find which ammo my rifle prefers. And once I get the perfect match, then I'll start using the tuner, and the tuner allegedly will help shrink that grip even further by balancing the harmonic of the barrel. Yep. So let's get on the bench. And it should release. Still too heavy. Yeah, I love it like that. So we're gonna keep it like this. Yeah. Good. Let's do that. Stock is on. Making sure everything cycle, fire. Actually, I didn't mention about the rail system when I was explaining my my setup here, but the rail is an important part. I went with area 419, area 419. I don't know how they call themselves, but area 419, and it's a pretty cool rail, and it has a 30 MOA adjustment in the scope base. So that means that your barrel, is, the scope is going to look down, okay, angled, and so meaning when you shoot, your barrel is actually shooting up, right? Classic rings or rail would just have the scope and the barrel parallel, but that rails will give me an advantage over a distance where I have more adjustments in elevation, okay? At 150 yards, it doesn't matter much, which most of my hunting is going to be for at that distance. But for, if I want to do some long range shooting in 22 LR, that ring is going to help. This is pretty cool, and it also had a level integrated. So we want this to be well aligned with the base here. Beautiful. I would normally use Loctite, but I don't have any, and this is just 22 LR, so I'm not too concerned. If it was a 30-06 or something like even a 4570, definitely use blue Loctite. No red, just blue. All right, so everything's still cycling well. Wonderful. For the scope, you definitely need some good leveling tools. This tells me it's level, this tells me it's level. Now I'm going to adjust the one in front, this guy. And all I need to do is just so now we have a good leveled rifle. Scope rings, Athlon, beautiful. Of course, I got two. So that seems pretty good to me. And like a car, I'm going to do it in a star pattern because I want the space on the left, the space here between the two parts on the left and on the right to roughly have the same distance. I don't want to crush one part while the other side is like fully open. Keeping an eye on my levels, nothing has moved, the rifle hasn't moved, the scope hasn't moved. Start clicking. And voila, and I'll do the same up front. For this part, I don't need the tuner yet, but I'm installing just briefly to show you, to give you a final look at how it looks. And that's it, folks. Here it is. My ultimate 22 LR in all its beauty. So with that new Boyds gunstock agility, it looks fantastic. Honestly, that scope, the Midas from Athlon, it looks terrific. That scope ring as well is, not only functional, but it's also it has some stylish to it. And of course, the tuner here looks like a silencer, but it's not, I promise. This is Canada, I hope I won't get in trouble. But it's not a silencer, folks, okay? So that's it. Next video is about shooting it, and I'm going up north, actually in a couple of days. I'm bringing it with me. In beautiful AU Ishchi area, we're going to fish, and I'm going to shoot some target as well. I'm bringing like tons of ammo with me. I'm gonna find which one works best, and as soon as I got the best ammo, then I'll start tuning in. And I use the tuner to shrink that group, so that only is going to be one video. And then for the third video, a little challenge, I think. Let's get something out of that rifle and see what it can actually really do in situation. So, all right, folks, thank you so much for watching. part 2 incoming. See you folks, bye bye.